Once upon a time, there was a cat named Pumpkin. And Pumpkin, he never been adopted for 20 years. And he never been adopted forever. And he'd been eating, drinking, and go outside, go potty outside, and puke outside, and pee outside, and come out of the water and say meow, meow, meow to get adopted. And no one adopt her ever again. And no one never wants her. And no one never ever needs her. And she put a sign that it could, so it could be easy to be adopted. And no one has come to adopt her. And the plane crashed with Ramen, and the kitty ran to get Ramen. She grabbed out this and this out of the water, and she started eating, and never stopped. And she was done and full, and she didn't know what to do, and she needed a drink, and she drank, and her wee is about to come out. She pooped in the pool, and and no one ever again. And until she saw a doghouse, and she decided what to do, and started destroying her house, and she saw a skateboard laying on the road, and she ride on it and got off so bad, and she was so slow that she will never make it. Until she made it, and the doghouse was so big that it will never fit the others. So she decided to put every one of her stuff again. And she was dirty, and she licked herself, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and she put this, and she forgot one of those two, and she couldn't stop, and the kitty was still the pumpkin that will never be adopted. And the kitty was working hard to get adopted, and no one has adopted her for years and years. And she put a sign so it could be easier. Again. And she wanted to do something where and her water and her food and she decided to, and she didn't know what to do, and she put a mirror and a rug where every pet could visit. And still no one has visited her. And she did a lot of times to get everyone to her house. And no one has came to her house yet. And no one had been adopting her since years and years. And the kitty pumpkin was still alone and keep on building. And she found her own bathtub. And also, and she is still keep on decorating every day to make everyone visit her house. And she kept on decorating and kept on decorating, and she wouldn't stop until the next day. And the kitty kept on going with the shelf, and the shelf won't leave her alone. She tried to make it difficult, but it's not letting her. And she was stuck, and she got out, and she had a plan, and she put this and put a flower on the books and put this on the shelf, and she wouldn't stop until the next morning, and she couldn't stop building. She was getting so tired that she wanted to go to sleep, but she couldn't. She wants everyone to visit her house to be adopted. And no one has came to her house yet. This is so a sad story. And please, if you want to adopt this cat, subscribe or in. I hope you get a cat too that it looks like you. And sometimes the kitties never get adopted sometimes. And the kitty puked. and went back inside and went back to her bed and started sleeping. And she couldn't. And she was still sleeping and kept on sleeping, and no one still has adopted her, so she didn't know what to do but to destroy. And no one has adopted her for years and years and years and years, and no one has forget about her life. And no one didn't adopt her for years, so she destroyed everything around her, and she never get adopted ever again. Ever again. She never get adopted ever again. Until she saw a house. And she was so scared to enter, and so scared that she's gonna get kicked. And the end of the Pumpkin Cat story.